If I traded it all, if I gave it.
Welcome back. I'm excited about bringing on my next guest who's never been on the air with me before. I have Pat Warren. She is the owner of Accelerated Learning Corporate Etiquette. She is also, I want to say this, she is, and excited about saying this, that she's the former Miss Senior Arizona, and I can certainly see why.
Thank you.
Welcome to my show.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to, tell everybody a little bit about what Accelerated Learning Corporate Etiquette is exactly.
Well, it's exactly what it says it is. We do a Reader's Digest version of how to make you be the best you can be.
I love that. Now, I'm going to go through this because I know that you're a little nervous, but I'm going to throw it right at you right now. Why is it so important for a company to have somebody do what you do and learn from you what you offer?
As I've gone around the country doing seminars, and what amazes me is it's the young people that ask the most questions about etiquette, because our generation has not done our job in teaching our children manners, whether it's table manners, corporate etiquette. So I do 3 or 4 different seminars. I do one for leadership. I do one for customer service. I do one for sales. You can't sell anything until you sell yourself. And I do a public speaking seminar.
Okay, and I want to ask you to describe, I'm sorry, guys.
That frog's still in here, isn't he?
I want you to describe, thank you, the what it means, because there's a lot of people that put on seminars for, let's say, sales and leadership and all that, but you're talking about etiquette.
Right, there's a right.
And I want to see what that means. That's
exactly. There's a right way to do anything.
Here. Go ahead.
Have you ever noticed, and I think everybody knows this, when someone walks into a room and they've got style, they've got grace, they've got poise, you notice it. The person never has to say a word. I'm from Texas, and we have a saying in Texas, your hat says something about you before you ever open your mouth.
Yeah. Isn't that the case?
So your style, your demeanor says so much about you before you ever have a chance to say anything, sell anything, or do anything. So if you've got that training and that confidence, you can walk into any networking event, you can stand on stage and speak to anyone, and you can do a good job with customer service. I know when I interview customer service people, I say, why do you want this job? And they all say, well, I really like working with people. Well, after you've worked with a few people in the trenches of a customer service department and people are yelling at you for 8 hours, you don't like people quite as much as you thought you did. Sure. So we learn the different strategies on how to cope with that and how to give your customer service people the empowerment to actually be a good customer service agent. And I've had to take a few managers to task on some of those things, because when I do a customer service seminar, sometimes they'll say, well, we're not allowed to do that, or we have to follow standard operating procedures. And if you're going to have a customer service department, then you need to empower your personnel to have good customer service and to do the job they're supposed to do. They're to follow up, to make sure if a customer service person follows up and calls you and makes sure that you're happy with the way they solve the problem, you've got a customer for life.
Sure. And wouldn't that be nice if they did it once in a while? Right?
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Now, you go into the companies and you actually do the seminar for the company?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Companies call me and they'll tell me, I want a leadership seminar. And I've got one seminar that I've been doing quite a bit. In fact, I just got back from San Diego and I did one over there. It's called Leadership with Style. And we incorporate all the different seminars that I do. As I say again, a leadership. It's called Leadership with Style, but it's a Reader's Digest version of all these different seminars, where we just take snippets and the most important out of each one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you're going to offer
yes,
for everybody who's calling in to get entered in to win one of them.
Yeah.
Now, again, I'm going to just say this too. Maybe you are somebody that works for a company that you know that maybe that the areas are lacking, that maybe you're listening to this, tell the company, the owner about it, the CEO or something like that, or someone that would do that. So it's not necessarily who you're talking to, but who you know too, because they might know somebody. That's why I want to say that way.
Exactly.
But they're going to get entered into having you come into the actual business.
Absolutely.
And do a seminar. How long are the seminars?
Well, depending on how many people and how much participation, the seminar can last anywhere from 2 hours to 3.5 hours. So it's usually a half day. It eats up the most part of a half a day.
Okay.
I try to keep it short and succinct because, the mind can only absorb what the hiney can endure. So
Love that. Okay. And then also you said that there's a large dollar amount to it. What is the dollar amount for them?
it's a $1,350 value.
Right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to open up the audience, and I'm the lines here so you can call in, and either you, if you're listening and you want it for your company, or if you are working for someone and you think they would call in here and get entered in to win. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Her website is acceleratedlearningaz.com. You could check her out there. Do all of on your website, does it kind of go down and talk about each one individually?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
And then her phone number is 480-215-4265. When someone calls you, you must have to do some kind of a consultation with them to kind of find out what areas, because not everybody knows what area. And I'm sure when you get in there and you start fixing one area, I bet you they need to fix another.
That's happened before.
I bet.
Everything is on an individual basis. What your company needs, somebody else's company may not need. So whether you're really into customer service, or if you want I had a man call me the other day. He said, I know I'm losing so many contracts because my sales personnel have such terrible manners. Their manners are atrocious. And we do so much business now on a social basis, more so than we used to, that when you're sitting at a table and you don't know which way to pass the bread.
Well, I got to learn that.
Well, we always pass counterclockwise.
Okay, thank you, because that I did not know. And I'm actually a pretty good salesperson. That's funny. What I want to ask you too, when somebody, to find out a little bit about you and how you do, does it matter any kind of company that you work for? Does it matter the size?
No.
I just want to find out some information. Go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter what size. It just let me know. The main thing I need to know is what you feel like your company needs. And every company, I within my parameters, I do an individualized seminar. Every seminar is not the same because what your company needs may not be the exact thing that the next company does.
Are you valley-wide?
I am.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to get all those information.
I travel all over the country.
Right. So now her website, again, it's acceleratedlearningaz.com. The phone number is 480-215-4265. Now that we've gotten all that information out, which I love that we got all that, I'm able to do that because it kind of makes it understandable a little bit. Let's talk about some of them real quickly so that they can get a taste of each one of them. Customer service.
Well, customer service, like I said, really gives you the empowerment to take care of a situation. We learn how to speak. We learn the strategies of not letting the stress of a customer service department really stress you out.
How about your sales seminar?
Well, as I said, you can't sell anything until you sell yourself. And our seminars on sales is mostly about building that good corporate relationship. You have to look competent. You have to look like you know what you're doing. And most of all, you've got to know what you're selling, or it's either a product or a service, and you have to know that inside out.
Now, what about your public speaking?
Public speaking is a whole world unto itself. And I hate to say this, but it's true. People judge you by the way you look. So when you're on stage, what you look like, you have to look like you know what you're talking about, as well as know more about your subject than anybody else in the room. And it's the way you say things, it's the way you present yourself, the way you stay on point and move a succinct seminar along.
And real quickly, what about refinement?
Refinement. That's what we were talking about. When a refined person enters the room, you can tell it. Refinement says everything about your background, your breeding, your education, and your success. So if you want to look successful, then you need to put that training in your back pocket and dress for the job that you want, not the job you have. Get that training, get all that in your back pocket. So when that situation comes and that opportunity comes, you're ready for it. You can go for it, and you're ready for anything that comes along because you're confident in what your training has done.
Not only is she statewide, she's also nationwide. She'll go anywhere. If you have a company, you yourself, or if you know somebody, You're getting entered in to win one of her seminars, a seminar of the choice. It's a how much dollar? $1,300?
Yes, $1,350.
$1,350 value free to you. It's 602-277-5369. Call throughout the rest of the show. Check her out at acceleratedlearningaz.com.